Good morning, Israel. My name is Ralph Hall, and I live in the Bahamas, Nassau, Bahamas. That's where I live. I want you to know who I am. That's where I live. That's why I do my work. I told you I was going to bring you the commandments. Now there's the word command, commanded, commandeth, commandist, commanding, commandment, and commandments. Now all those books are finished. They're done. But I'm only going to give you what the commandments say this morning, just a part of it, just to help you along in your day. Now, this is our strength. I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites. I'm talking about the true Jews. I'm talking about the people the world call Negro, colored, or black. I didn't say African. Negro, colored, or black. This is directed to you. Yahweh Yeshua is coming to the house of Israel first, then the rest of the world. Now, what's going to set us in order is God's true word, and what He says about His commandments, what He commanded, His commandment, what He's commanding, what He commandeth, what He commandest. This is what it's all about. You will get all that in due time. But as of now, I will give you a little bit about what He says about the commandments. For time's sake, I'm going to give you a few minutes of it because it's 5:30, it's almost daylight, and everybody's going to wake up and noise and so forth, and I can't really tape and record like I want to. I have to work around folks because this is what it's not easy. Bringing this word, it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a spiritual fight on every hand. So I thank God for it. I'm thanking God for it because, things will always be a lot worse than what they are. Believe me when I'm telling you that. And it's costing something to bring this word to you. Okay. This commandment is the answer to the questions of all the homosexuals in the earth, transgender folks in the earth, or people who don't like the way God made them and they want to change it around and make themselves something that they're not, they wasn't born as. So this is for you. Now, I'm not asking you to do these commandments. I'm not begging you to do these commandments or to hearken unto me. No. I'm not doing that. You see, you're the one who want to go in females' bathrooms and with husbands and wives, families, little girls, little daughters. We got your answer right here. Again, I'm not begging you to do it. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you better do it. I am commanding you to do it. I'm giving it to you and I'm saying do it now. That's every human being in the whole earth, and this goes to every nation in the whole earth. Now, that being said, If you're Baptist, if you're Catholic, if you're Presbyterian, if you're Muslim, whatever you may be, no concern of mine. I'm just going to give you the word, and you have to do what thus said the Lord. Because the word is the creator of the universe. I didn't say creation, I said creator. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. That's John 1:1. So you have to obey what thus said the Lord, what He say you have to do. And again, there's all kinds of distractions, so bear with me. And here we go. I'm going to give a few minutes of this now, what the mouth and voice of God says about His commandments. It starts in Genesis chapter 26 verse 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Exodus 15:26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in His sight, and wilt give ear to His commandments, and keep all His statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. Exodus 16:28. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? Oh, and by the way, this is part 1. Exodus 16:28. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments, my laws? 2 Kings 17:14. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks, like to the neck of their fathers that did not believe in the Lord their God. Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and they without remedy. Without remedy. Listen carefully. What the mouth and voice of God says about His word commandments. Psalm 78:10. They kept not the covenant of God. They refused to walk in His law. Psalms 106:13. They soon forgot the works. They soon forgot His works. They waited not for His counsel. Exodus 20 verse 6. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Exodus 24:14. And the Lord said unto Moses, come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. Deuteronomy chapter 5:22. These words the Lord spake unto all your assembly in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness, with a great voice. And He added no more. And He wrote them in 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me. Praise Yahweh. Exodus 24, verse 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 22. These words the Lord spake unto all your assembly in the mount out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness, with a great voice. And he added no more, and he wrote them in 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me. Exodus 24, verse 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee 2 tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. What the mouth and voice of God says about His word, commandments. Part 1. Exodus 34, verse 28. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. Leviticus chapter 4, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a soul shall sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them. 1 Samuel 14:27. But Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath wherewith he put forth the end of the rod that was in his hand, and dipped it in an honeycomb, and put his hand to his mouth, and his eyes were enlightened. What the mouth and voice of God says about His word, commandments, Leviticus 4:13. And if the whole congregation of Israel sin through ignorance, and the thing be hid from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord concerning things which should not be done, and are guilty, Numbers 15:24. Then it shall be, if aught be committed by ignorance without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer 1 young bullock for a burnt offering, for a sweet savour unto the Lord, with his meat offering and his drink offering according to the manner, and 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. Joshua 7:11. Israel hath sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them, for they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and dissembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff. Joshua 6:17. And the city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein, to the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. Leviticus 27:28. Notwithstanding, no devoted thing that a man shall devote unto the Lord of all that he hath, both of man and beast, and of the field of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto the Lord. Joshua 6:17. And the city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein, to the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. Leviticus 27:28. What the mouth and voice of God say about his word, commandments. Leviticus chapter 27 verse 28. Notwithstanding, no devoted thing that a man shall devote unto the Lord of all that he hath, both of man and beast, and of the field of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto the Lord. Judges 11 verse 30. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord, and said, If thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hands. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. What the mouth and voice of God say about his word? Commandments. What he says about his word, commandments. Psalms chapter 39 verse 1. I said, I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with the bridle, while the wicked is before me. 1 Kings 2:4. That the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, If thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel. 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 3. I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Ezekiel wept sore. Hebrews chapter 2 verse 1. Therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. What the mouth and voice of God says about His word, commandments. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 19. And in the multitude, and Proverbs chapter 10 verse 19. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. Matthew chapter 6, 7. But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Judges 11:31. Then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. Praise Yahweh. For a burnt offering. Leviticus 27 verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when a man shall make a singular vow, the persons shall be for the Lord by thy estimation. Leviticus chapter 4 verse 22. When a ruler hath sinned and done somewhat through ignorance against any of the commandments of the Lord his God concerning things which should not be done, and is guilty. Leviticus 4:27. And if any one of the common people sin through ignorance, while he doeth somewhat against any of the commandments of the Lord, concerning things which ought not to be done, and be guilty. Leviticus 5:17. And if a soul sin and commit any of these things which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the Lord, through he wist it not, yet is he guilty, and shall hear his iniquity. That's though he wist not, yet is he guilty, and shall bear his iniquity. That's THROUGH, or if it's a mistake, it's THOUGH. Though he wist it not. Psalms 19:12. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Luke 12:48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. Leviticus chapter 22 verse 31. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord.